Please, don't leave me here. The trembling voice of a young girl echoed in the dark alley as the rain poured down like grief from the heavens. Jack Turner, a struggling single dad, had just finished his late-night shift at a warehouse. He stopped mid-step when he saw her, soaked, bruised, and barefoot, a girl who looked no older than 19. Her eyes held something that broke him instantly, fear mixed with hope. Jack's life hadn't been kind either. After losing his wife to cancer and raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, alone, every day felt like a mountain he was forced to climb with no end in sight. He barely made rent, worked 2 jobs, and yet still managed to smile for his daughter. But that night, something about the girl's cry for help struck a chord deep inside him. She whispered her name, Emily. Her parents had sold her to men who promised her a job abroad. Instead, she ended up trapped, abused, and alone. She had escaped, but had nowhere to go. Jack didn't know what came over him. Maybe it was instinct, or maybe it was the echo of his late wife's kindness, but he opened his umbrella, looked at her shivering face, and said softly, "Come on, you're safe now." When he brought her home, Lily woke up, rubbing her sleepy eyes. "Daddy, who's she?" Jack smiled weakly. "Someone who needs a little help, sweetheart." Emily couldn't believe how gentle they were. She had expected suspicion or disgust. Instead, Jack offered her food, dry clothes, and a couch to sleep on. It was the first time in years someone had treated her like a person, not a burden. Days turned into weeks. Emily started helping around the house, cooking, cleaning, even helping Lily with her homework. She laughed again. Jack noticed how her presence brightened their small home. Lily adored her, calling her big sister. For the first time since his wife's death, the house felt alive again, filled with warmth, laughter, and the smell of home-cooked meals. But life, as always, had its tests. One morning, Jack's boss called. His hours were being cut. Bills piled up. The landlord threatened eviction. Jack felt the old weight of hopelessness creeping back. He sat at the table, head in his hands, when Emily quietly placed an envelope beside him. It was full of cash. "I've been saving from the sewing work I started online," she said softly. "Use it for Lily." Jack looked up, stunned. "Emily, I can't. You took me in when you had nothing. Let me do this for you." Her words hit him like sunlight through storm clouds. Emily wasn't just someone he'd saved, she was saving him, too. As months passed, Emily began pursuing her dream of studying social work. Jack helped her fill out college forms at night after his shifts. She wanted to help other girls who'd been through what she had. Meanwhile, Jack's company offered him a promotion for his dedication. Slowly, life turned around. Then one day, while Jack was fixing the kitchen light, Emily received a call. Her scholarship had been approved. Tears filled her eyes. She hugged Jack tightly, whispering, "You gave me a life when mine was over." Jack smiled, voice cracking, "No, Emily, you gave me mine back." Years later, a YouTube video went viral. It showed Emily, now a motivational speaker, sharing her story of being rescued by a single dad who changed her life. She ended her speech by calling him on stage. The crowd stood and clapped as Jack, older now but still humble, walked out holding Lily's hand. Emily introduced him not as her rescuer, but as her father. "This man taught me what family really means," she said. "He didn't just save me, he gave me love, dignity, and a home. And because of him, I help others now." The audience was in tears. Jack couldn't speak, he just hugged her as the crowd chanted their names. Behind them, on the big screen, were pictures of the 3 of them through the years. From that rainy night to this bright, proud day. As the lights dimmed, Emily whispered to the crowd, "If you believe love still exists, hit that like button and share this story. Because somewhere tonight, there's another Emily waiting to be found. And another Jack who just needs a reason to believe again."